Okay, so I've just been talking shop with the guy a little bit who runs the place here. Yeah, I mean, this thing's a full race car. You know, definitely true to what we saw online. A lot of the craftsmanship is pretty spot on, so you know, I'll go through and take some pictures and whatnot as we go, but like, you know, nothing looks janky. You know, got the windshield model here just to make it somewhat streetable. One, I guess, minor issue. Doesn't seem like it has a rad fan, which, you know, race car, so is what it is. But just slowly watching the water temp come up, and when we hit about 95, I'm gonna let it sit a little bit. Oil temp gauge I don't think works. It hasn't budged. Pressure seems to work. God damn. And so I retract my previous statement about oil temp not working. Catch point's a little high, but you know, it's aggressive. Yeah. Let's see how it does on a hot start. Alright, so just taking a closer look at it, I lied about it not having fan. They smartly put it on the underside of it, so, you know, obviously just vents the hot air through and down. So the car's been running about 15 minutes now, with lights on, fan on, no real drop in the RPM. Holds pretty good at idle, right around like 82, 83. Yeah, she's proper. Okay, so we are properly warm now. Has been just sitting idling for a while. As I said before, it's doing a pretty good job keeping itself right around like 78 degrees. Hasn't popped over 80 at all. That's really nice. Just find the clutch pedal here. It looks like the factory temp gauge still works too, which is cool. Fuel pump primes. It's not tall people friendly, but you know what FD with a cage is. Yeah, I mean, for an FD hot start, that's really good. So they did say that they used an actual compression tester from Mazda for the compression test reading, and you know, just obviously based off of an idling kind of heat-soaked hot start here, you know, I'd say it's fair. You know, of the dozens of FDs I've looked at, like, it's probably one of the better starting ones. So my guess is they actually have a decent battery in it. You know, let's take a quick peek at that right now. No, it's the AC Delco cheapie. Oh man. See if I can close that. Yeah, so she's healthy. Alright, well, let's get in the nitty and gritty of it. Alright, so we're going to go for a little undercar adventure here. So just poking around the back. The only obvious thing I can really find that would be wrong with it is just a dent in the gas tank, honestly. So, you know, we're a little hard to kind of see around here, but it's going to struggle focusing here probably for me. Yeah, it doesn't want to. Let's go back wide, but you know, at least the rear panel across the trunk area here, real nice. Just gotta shimmy my way down. It's gonna be kind of hard to see anything from like right here, but you know, at least straight from the back. You can look at the diff. The phone's on the ground kind of idea here, so I can't really get much of a better look at the subframe from this angle. You know, we'll move. You know, at least from what I can see here, nothing looks terrible. Before we go back forward here. So you can see there has been a bit of a hit here with the bent metal where the tow hook sits. You know, kind of minor stuff. You know, at least inside the fender they did a pretty good job. Then, you know, kind of some of the common rusty spots here. Let's see if I can brighten this up. Seen anything serious. Yeah, the car is extremely low, so you're gonna have to kind of bear with me a little bit here. But yeah, I'll try to get some pictures of the suspension on this side here. But you know, just so you can look through it on video. Yeah, kind of tapped out for arm length here. kind of doing all that blind there, but you know, it gives you an idea. Okay, let's see how well I can fare here. Left-handed on the other side. Same idea, we're gonna go in here blind. So, you know, subframe has been painted nice sparkly blue, so kind of hard to see anything aside from that. But you know, just a couple things I'll point out here. At least from the sides, it doesn't look like the oh, I can't really get on camera. Yeah, it doesn't look like any of the bushings are really completely dry rotted out. You know, coilovers are getting a little more rusty. Can't really see what names on them. You know, obviously steel braid lines, which is nice. Slide some stuff forward here. Yeah, it's got the black rattle can special. So hard to see if and what rust was there, but you know, at least if we're looking at like where the seams are and stuff, it doesn't look horrible. And as well, I got the video rolling here. It's better situated to look up in the fender on this side. You know, if we look kind of behind the ears kind of idea, you know, up and beside the exhaust where I'd expect to see some rust. Starting, I'm not really seeing much, so that's nice. And then, you know, same thing too, back of this trunk seam as we mentioned before. Not sure how well you'll be able to see it, but yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Okay, so we're gonna get a little bit back and forth here. Just gonna dry steering the car a bit. So we're front right. Looks like there's a little cooler. Yeah, it's a little skinny to get my phone in there, so you'll just have to pardon the bad angles. Get her in there. Yeah, again, everything just looks proper here. And even the cutting they did, like, it's not like sketchy hack job cutting. I really want to know who built this. You know, not a huge fan of this wire harness placement. Yeah, as you can see, the front tire rubs there. So I would definitely relocate or put a plate in there. Yeah, you can see the harnesses run on the top of the wheel tub that side. Yeah, I won't really be able to see anything in the front, but just look at the fan. Looks like they actually made a decent support out of aluminum there. Bit of ducting. It'll be interesting to see what the temps are on track. Might just be me being paranoid. Looks like that tie rod end might be slightly bent. Huh. Alright, so last thing I'm just going to do a walk around here of the vehicle and just point out some of the larger, I guess, defects in the body. Yeah, here, I'll just give it kind of a walk around. So overall, you know, it's a pretty good 10-footer. If you're looking for like the cleanest RX-7 out there, definitely not this guy. But you know, it's probably a perfect balance of a clean street car and a race car. So, you know, as we pointed out in some of the other videos, there are some scratches in the rear lights, and then the paint kind of does have fine scratches everywhere. I guess we'll just start from the driver's side door, because this is where you're going to be living mostly. Yeah, let me put the windows up actually. Okay, so with the windows up and the door open, you know, the inner sill here, We do have some nicks and whatnot in it. You know, nothing looks dented. Yeah, just something got scratched up. Bottom of the door, because it doesn't quite hang correctly, it does rub on the side skirt. So you can see there's some paint trading there. And then same thing too. Both of the sills are pretty well loved, we'll put it that way. Door cards are by no means perfect. Again, the what do you call it? Mirror control switch is kind of ugly. And then the top lid for the cubby here gone. You know, the latch and the lock actuates nicely. Let's just see here if it gets. Oh yeah, it actually still has the working factory door locks. So that's nice. But yeah, she's no points for like a clean show car. And you know, obviously again the door is a bit of a pain to close, but every RX-7 is the same for the most part once they get older. So it trims a little bit loose there. Fitment on the body kit here isn't as good as the other side. You know, we got a little bit of an opening there, a little bit of an opening there, but we're really nitpicking here. Yeah, again, anywhere where there's a leading edge, it's kind of rock chipped and it's been painted over. So unfortunately, she's kind of dirty, so it's hard to see everything, but you know, there's scratches, scrapes, kind of everywhere. Some of the sticker placement, there's bubbles in it. So by no means perfect. But, you know, nothing you're gonna see from 10 feet away. Sticker that was put on here is also kind of meh. I don't think it's an actual sticker. Yeah, like, you know, if you see the bubbling in it, they're kind of all like that. Yeah, especially the HKS, they couldn't even get the line straight. So I think they just cut them out themselves. Yes, yeah, especially that one. Front side of the door here. You know, you can see it's chipped paint. It's just been blasted over. They didn't blend it, and there's chips along the leading edge. You know, right there, kind of idea. But you know, it's kind of everywhere. Underneath the mirrors, all kind of scuffed up. Mirrors do wiggle a little bit. Nothing serious though. Body kit on this side does have a bit of flex to it, but you know, it's just fiberglass. And, you know, again, fine scratches. No real massive dings in the car. There's a couple of, what would you call it? There's like fine creases on the door. You might not be able to see it. It's again, it's not terrible though. And you know, carbon. She's got some love. By no means perfect. Unfortunately, the bumper is kind of dirty, but you know, just looking at the leading edge, same way with the tires, there's rock chips kind of all across the front. The cutting that was done here for the tow hook isn't super clean. And you know, there's fiberglass in behind the mesh here. This is a dent. Rad actually looks pretty okay for a V-mount. I mean, you got the video of that, so I'm not gonna go over it too crazily in detail. You know, fog lights, it's just, you know, cheap carbon weave dipping, so it's nothing too spectacular. Lids for the lights, these have to get glued on anywho, but you know, the siliconing wasn't done super well. Looks like there's some dirt on the inside, and then the painting that's done in there, you can see sanding marks. It's the same on both sides. And you know, carbon front part here, splitter, canard splitter, whatever you'd call it. Again, you know, chips on the leading edge, and then chips out of the carbon. You know, painting's not so hot, chips that have been painted over. So you know, the car is kind of generally like this. So, but as long as you don't want it to be like a perfect, you know, you're 3 feet away from it kind of deal. You know, if it is something especially you're going to put on the track, it's going to get beat up, so you know, I wouldn't be too fussed about it. If it was me, then you know, there's tons of little rock chips and scratches in the lenses. You know, again, as I mentioned on the other side, dirt on the inside, sanding marks. Gluing's not great. Good news is, Body line's nice. They did a good job with that, both sides. So the fitment's pretty good on the kit. You know, it's been driven. On the front fenders were tight. Let me just make a new clip here. からしょうがないね。ちょっと忙しいところでね。
ああ、全然大丈夫ですよ。
すみません。
大丈夫です。どんどん見てもらって。やっぱ高いね。ちゃんと見てもらわんと。
ちょっとミッションでなんかスムーズになんかシフトできるでちょっと確認したかったから。はい。それだけ。
速度は出せないですけど、一応5速まで入ってますね。
まあとりあえずなんでもいい。